Hello all, I am Assistant Professor Omkar Kapdi from ISIS College K. Okay. So I think this is our first day of our session which is related to the Internet of Things. Okay. So welcome to the world of Internet of Things. Okay. So without wasting more time, let's get start our today's session. Okay. So when we hear word Internet of Things, okay, the first question will come into our mind: what is that Internet of Things? What is the core concept? What is the main idea behind that Internet of Things? Okay, so basically, IoT is a platform built on a multiple technologies. Okay, there are many technologies which will give contribution to make a single very effective technology, that is IoT. Okay, so because of that, it will influence our daily schedule. It will influence in our daily lifestyle. Okay, so what is the core concept? What is the core idea behind the Internet of Things? Okay, so Internet of Things. In Internet of Things, we're going to connect. We're interconnecting some devices. Okay, we're interconnecting some non-living things or some objects. Okay, by using some common networks. Okay, and that network is called as Internet. Okay, it means in IoT, we're interconnecting some objects, some devices, okay, by using internet, and this whole system will provide us comfort. Okay, so this is the main basic idea behind the Internet of Things. Okay, for better understanding of Internet of Things, I will give you one example, which is very basic example related to the Internet of Things. Okay. And this example is related to the Internet of Things. Okay, before before moving further, I want to share you one PPT which is related to our session. Okay, so I think you are able to see that PPT. Okay, so this is our course, the Internet of Things and overview. Okay, so this is our first point, that is Internet of Things. Okay, so I will give you one example. Okay. It is a real life, or we can say that practical life example of IoT. Okay, for your better understanding. So assume that when we wake up, okay, at the early morning, our morning alarm is connected to our water heater. Okay, after that, that water heater which is connected to your bread toaster and our music system. Okay, consider that this is a system. Okay, your alarm system, your water heater system, after that your bread toaster and your music system. This is a system. You can assume that this is a system. Okay, and this whole system, we're going to connect this whole system by using internet. Okay, if we connect this whole system, this all devices by using internet, okay, then this whole system will provide us a comfort. And we can simply say that this is the technology of Internet of Things. Okay, so I will tell you in brief. So what is the main idea of Internet of Things? Okay, when you wake up, your wake up alarm will send notification to your water heater. Okay, after that, water heater will start at heating the water automatically. Okay, when you wake up, you go to take a bath. Okay, after that you will take a warm shower. Okay, after that, that water heater will send the notification about your bath. Okay, that notification will send by to the your bread toaster. Okay, so after getting a warm shower, you will get a delicious breakfast while listening your favorite music, because the last device is that music system, and the bread toaster will send your you are taking the breakfast. Okay, and music will start automatically, so you can eat your delicious breakfast while listening your music. So it will this whole system will provide you comfort. Okay, so we can say that this is the IoT. Okay, so basically the next point is about the history of IoT. Okay, so we can say that if you want to make an efficient technology, okay, so this is very hard to for the single person to make the technology like IoT. Okay, so there are many scientists which give their precious contribution in IoT. So we will see that one by one. Okay, so the first story about the Internet of Things, about the history of Internet of Things, it's the person named as David Nicholas. Okay, so the David Nicholas is a person is a student from Carnegie Mellon University. Okay, and he is a graduate student from Department of Computer Science. Okay, so I will I want to share the story related to Devon Nicholas. Okay, so David Nicholas having their office in the campus of Carnegie Mellon University. Okay, and David Nicholas and his friends are very interesting, are very addicted to the liquids like Coke or like soda. Okay, so the that Coke vending machine, okay, which is placed in that university's campus, and the David Nicholas office, the distance between the two are so far. Okay, so that's why they are they decided that they will control that vending machine automatically, because when they go to drink Coca-Cola, they will face a lot of issues related to that vending machine, like issues like the vending machine uh, will sometimes the machine have to refill that liquid. Sometimes the liquid or that coke will get warm automatically because of some technical problems. Okay, so like that lots of issues are there. Okay, so David Nicholas and his friends decided that he was uh, restore that machine. Okay, and he will restorely control that machine. Okay, so they put some sensors, they put some coding into that vending machine. Okay, and there in the vending machine there are 6 or 7 chambers. Okay, so they did that they interconnect that chambers. Okay, so this is the story related to the David Nicholas. Okay, so what did David Nicholas did? David Nicholas will they David Nicholas and his friends remotely control that vending machine, and they did that interconnection between the chambers which are present in that Coke vending machine. Okay, so this is the small story about the David Nicholas and his experiment, which is successful at the in 1982. Okay, so in 1982, David Nicholas and his friends made the first interconnected device, and they will introduce the first term is all about the interconnected devices. Okay, so this is the first invention is about the interconnected devices. Okay, the second person in that history of the Internet of Things is Mark Weiser. Okay, Mark Weiser is British scientist. Okay, in 1988, he introduced the term which is called as ubiquitous computing. Okay, so what is ubiquitous computing? Okay, ubiquitous computing is, I will tell you one example before explaining that ubiquitous computing. I'm to tell you one example. Okay, so what Mark Weiser did. Okay, uh, if we're doing a task on a single computer on a single device. Okay, Sometimes it is okay that device will handle that all data and it will work fast, okay, as you want. But sometimes single computer is not enough to do a single task. There you required multiple machines, like 2 or 3 machines to do a single task. Okay, so what Mark Weiser did, he will he did that multiple machines. He did that connection between the multiple machines, that physical connection between the multiple machines, okay, to do that single task. Okay, so what is ubiquitous computing? So ubiquitous computing, I think it is a fancy uh, phrase that is introduced by the Mark Weiser, and this phrase is for the technology. Okay, the technology which are related to that interconnected devices. Okay, so this is a simple phrase for that technology. Okay, that is ubiquitous computing. And what is the ubiquitous, what is the meaning of that ubiquitous computing? Okay. Ubiquitous computing means where the user can easily access or easily use their technology whenever and wherever he want, or whenever he required a technology, they will use the technology. That is ubiquitous computing. Okay, so the next person which gave their precious contribution in history of Internet of Things, and that person is Bill Joy. Okay, I think he's a American computer engineer, and also he's a co-founder of Sun Microsystem. Okay, so the word he introduced the first term, which is called as D2D communication. Okay, it means device to device communication. Okay, so what is that device to device communication? Okay, so device to device communication enables the direct communication between the nearby devices. Okay, it will enables the direct communication between the nearby devices. Okay, and the main reason to introduce that term is all about, that intention is all about the mobile phones and the other devices related to that mobile phone. Okay, so basically, what are the applications of the D2D communication system? Okay, so basically, the D2D communication system. Okay, you are using the nearby devices. Okay, so it will provide you the local services which are related to that nearby devices. Okay, after that, you will use that nearby devices like your mobile phones and the devices which are related to your mobile phone. Okay, you can use that devices for the emergency communication system, as the emergency communication system. Okay, so this is the basic idea, this is the basic concept about the D2D communication. Okay, and the last one, we can say that he's a god of Internet of Things. Okay, the person who introduced the first term is called as Internet of Things. Okay, so the name of that person is Kevin Eston. So I think he's a British tech pioneer. The Kevin Eston is a British tech pioneer, and he was worked in Procter and the company, which is very, I think, famous company at that time. The name is Procter and Gamble company. Okay, the Kevin Austin is working in that Procter and Gamble company. Okay, and we all know that he is the inventor of Internet of Things. So uh, we all know that when we're working on in any company, we want to impress our boss. Okay, so I think the main logic behind that introduction of that Internet of Things. Okay, so this is the main logic. Okay, so Kevin Austin wants to impress his boss. Okay, so when when in a single meet when in a meeting, Kevin Austin will introduce the first main term about the internet of things. Okay, so that's why you can say that the Kevin Austin is the god of internet of things. Okay, so our next point is about the flavors of internet of things. Okay, so the first flavor is internet of flying stuff. Okay, so what is the internet of flying stuff? Okay, so in this term, I will explain you deeply. So in this term, we can refer to things which are moved above the earth's surface. Okay, I will tell you again. In this term, okay, in this concept, we're going to consider the things which are moving above the earth's surface. Okay, I will give you one example for that. Okay, so we all hear the Amazon Prime Air services. Okay, so what Amazon did, okay, I think this is not applicable in our country till now, but in other countries, Amazon started Amazon Prime Air services. Okay, he will deliver. Amazon delivers his all deliveries by using drones. Okay, this is basically the Amazon Prime Air service, and this is the best example for the Internet of Flying stuff. Okay, I think there is one more example related to the Internet of Flying stuff, that is Google One project. Okay, so Google One project. So what is the Google One project? Okay, this project is used to provide the internet facilities in rural areas. Okay, and we can say that we they can remotely control their all facilities. Okay, and which are they given in rural areas. Okay, so this is all about the internet of flying stuff. Okay, so the next point is internet of moving stuff. Okay, in this point, when we are going to consider, okay, the things which are moved on the surface and which move below the surface. Okay, I will tell you again. In this point, we are going to consider the things which are moving on the surface and which are moving below the surface. Okay, I will give you one example related to that internet of moving stuff. Okay, the very best example for this point is a moving car. Okay, what see in today's car having a many sensors, including like radar system, okay, sonar system, like back cameras, reverse cameras, and some accelerometers, some temperature gauges, some rain gauges. Okay, there are many facilities. Okay, but these all facilities are providing by using some internet. Okay, and we all know that there is a very famous company like MG. They will introduce their first internet connected car. They will launch the first internet connected car. Okay, in previous year. Okay, so this is all about, this is the best example, the internet connected car for the internet of moving stuff. Okay, in that point, moving stuff, it means what? The uh, this things which are moving on the earth's surface, which are moving below the earth's surface. These are the examples of the internet moving stuff. Okay, so this internet connected car is the best example for this point. Okay, so what is the next point? Okay, so internet of social stuff. Okay, what it means? What is the internet of social stuff? Okay, so I think we are we are turning the smart objects. Okay, I think we are considering in this social object into that point. Okay, so what we are doing in this point, what we are doing the internet, what we are doing in internet of social stuff. Okay, so we are turning our smart object into a social object. Okay, so what we're doing into that point, okay, we are turning our smart objects into our social objects. Okay, this is the main purpose of internet of social stuff. Okay, I will give you one example about it. Okay, so we all know that FB recently announced the formation of working group, which will use an approach of AI, okay, which will help us to solve our daily problems, okay, by using some working groups, okay, which are working live on the very uh, good communication platform, which is Facebook. Okay, so this is the basic example for this point. Okay, so next point is the internet of talking stuff. Right. So internet of talking stuff. Okay, in this point we're going to connect, we are going to consider that things which are moving and the things which are stationary. Okay, but these all things are able to communicate with any person, that they are able to communicate with the human being. Okay, I will we all, I think many uh, students having iPhone. Okay, so in that iPhone, there is one personal assistant which is called, we can say that personal assistant, that is Siri. Okay, so Siri is the best example for the internet of talking stuff. Okay, so basically what Siri does for us. Okay, so I think Siri is a personal assistant. Okay, which will which helps to find some route to call anyone, which will help to do the task which that user wants, with which that user is required. Okay, so basically in talking stuff there is one important concept, that is gesture, that is gesture based interface. Okay, I think this is not presently working. Okay, this technology is presently not working, but this this is the future scope of that internet of talking stuff. Okay, it means what is that gesture based interface and that gesture based technology. Okay, this technology is related to that moving or stationary things. Okay, I will give you one example for that. Okay, if you want to change the song, okay, you can manually change the song on that music on that mobile phone. Okay, but in future you don't need to touch that screen or touch that display. Okay, you just move on your hand and that song will automatically change. Okay, so this is the gesture based technology. Okay, so next point is role of internet in IoT. Okay, so the first point is about the internet communication. Okay, so what is the internet communication? We will know. I think we want to know what is the first term, that is internet. So I think internet is a global network which will provide you huge amount of information. Okay, as well as internet provide us very good communication facilities, and that communication is done by using some protocols. Okay, and internet is having, I think, smaller, very domestic, I think, very academic as well as governmental groups, and they will work together, and which provide us a very huge amount of information, that is internet. Okay, in internet communication we are using internet as a network. Okay, it means the communication which are between the two person, okay, by using the internet, and the communication is totally wireless communication. Okay, but there are two types of communication, that is wired communication system, and the second one is wireless communication system. So in this point we are going to consider that a single communication system, which is known as the wireless communication system. Okay, so the to a better understanding for the this communication system, we want to know that the two protocols, okay, that is TCP and IP protocols, and we have to understand that two protocols, okay. After that, we have to understand that OSI model and TCP IP model, okay, for better understanding of internet communication. Because in this IoT, we are connecting devices by using internet. It means the devices are communicating with each other by using internet. Okay. To better understanding, for the better understanding of that internet communication, we have to first understand the TCP/IP protocols. We have to first understand the OSI model and TCP/IP model. Okay, so I will explain you one by one in shortly. Okay, so the first model is about this OSI model. Okay, the OSI, the full form of OSI, that is Open System Interconnection Model. Okay, so when we consider any kind of model, there are two sides. Okay, the first side is about the sender side, and the second side is all about the receiver side. Okay, and when you are from sender side, you firstly in touch up with the application layer. Okay, and when you are from the receiver side, you first uh, touch up, you first touch with the physical side. Okay, the physical layer, you can say that. Okay, so the application layer is comes first for the sender, and the physical layer comes first for the receiver. Okay, so what is the work, what is the actual work of application layer? It will provide a user interface, okay, to that any user. Okay, for example, if I want to send a mail to any person, okay, so I want to use Gmail, Mail, Yahoo, like all softwares, or like all applications to send that mail. Okay, without using that application, I can't able to see, can't able to send that mail to anyone. Okay, so I must use that application to send that mail. Okay, so what is the actual working of application layer? Application layer will provide some applications, will provide some user interface to that user. Okay, after that, the presentation layer. Okay, what is the working of presentation layer? Okay, presentation layer will present the data, which will present the data into the very convenient form of user. Okay, it will present the data in the convenient form of user. Okay, this is the main working of the presentation layer. What is session layer? The very important role of session layer is, session layer is always in touch with the receiver's session layer up to the message which you want to send. Okay, that comes into the session layer of that receiver side. Okay, so what is actual layer? What is the actual purpose of session layer? Session layer will session layer ensures that end-to-end data connection. Okay, end-to-end data system. Okay, after that, the next layer is the network layer. Okay, so sorry, after that the next layer is transport layer. Okay, so transport layer is the heart of that all layers. Okay, in transport layer, segmentation takes place. It means data which you are sharing with the another person. Okay, the transport layer will distribute the data into the packages. Okay, it means segmentation is takes place into the transport layer. Okay, after the next layer is network layer. Okay, so what is network layer? What is the working of network layer? The main purpose of network layer is to provide a route to that data. Okay, by it will provide route to any data by using IP address. Okay, the IP address of receiver, the IP address of sender. Okay, this this will ensures the route of the data. Okay, so next layer is data link layer. Okay, so basically there are three main functions, okay, of data link layer. Okay. The first function is data link layer is to the first function is data link layer is the it is deals with the transmission error. Okay, I think the data link layer, the work of data link layer is the error detection and error connection. Okay, so we can correct the errors. First we can detect the error by using data link layer. Okay, after that we can correct that errors, okay, by using the data link layer. This is the main purpose of the data link layer. Okay, so last layer, okay, is that physical layer. Okay, so what is that physical layer? Okay, what is the working of that physical layer? Okay, I think when data is reached up to that physical layer, the this layer that this layer is used to convert the data into the byte. Okay, and it will send data by using wireless communication, wireless medium. Okay, it means what is the main work of physical layer? It will convert the data into the bytes form, and after that that bytes are sent by the wire or wireless medium. Okay, this is the main this is all about the OSM. Okay, and this is a very short explanation about the OSM model. Okay, I will tell you again. Application layer, which will provide you interface. Presentation layer, which will provide the very comfortable, very convenient form of data. Okay, which will represent data to the convenient form of user. Okay, session layer. Session layer, it means what it will ensures that end-to-end system. Okay, after that transport layer. Transport layer is a heart of system, heart of that OSI model, which will in that layer the segmentation takes place. After that network layer will provide a route by using IP addresses. Okay, after that data link layer will detect the error and correct that error. Okay, after that the physical layer will convert the data in the form of bytes, and that form the bytes are the bytes are transported by using wire or wireless medium. Okay, this is the all about OSM model. Okay, but I want to tell you one thing. Okay, when the data is transferred from one layer to another layer, the data transferring takes place by using ports. Okay, it is act like a door. Okay, if you want to share the data from one layer to another layer, then you must have to use that port. Okay, if you want to share the data from one layer to another layer, then the ports are usable. Okay, so next point is that uh, TCP IP model. Okay, so what is that TCP IP model? Okay, so first we can say that internet is working on that point to point basis, communication basis. Okay, so what is the actual work of that TCP IP model? Okay, so TCP, that is transmission control protocol. Okay, so I think the TCP is a having set of rules. Okay, now what is the actual working of the TCP? Okay, TCP is this TCP and IP. Okay, TCP used to transmit the data. Okay, and if there is data loss, if you want to restore that data, then we can use the TCP. This is transmission control protocol. Okay, if you are going to transmit the data and the data is huge amount of data you want to transmit, okay, then you have to use TCP protocol, because sometimes there will be loss of the data. Okay, then the TCP, the transmission control protocol, will restore your data. Okay, and ensure that all data which are sent by the sender, okay, will receive by the receiver. Okay, this is the main purpose of the transmission control protocol. Yeah, what is the IP? IP is means it will ensure about the route of that sender and receiver. Okay, so this is the TCP IP model. Okay, in TCP IP model there are four layers. First one is application. It will work same as OSM model. And I want to tell you one more important thing about these two models. OSM model is not actual real life model, and it is not practical life model. Okay, so it is not working model. It is just a reference model. Okay, The actual working model is the TCP/IP model. Okay, so first layer is application layer, which will provide you us which will provide user to the interface. Second layer is the heart of layer, that is transport layer. In that layer, segmentation and text place. Okay, after that, internet work layer, that is network layer. We can say that that is network layer, which will provide a route to the data by using IP address. And last one is link and physical layer. In that layer, the error detection and that error connection correction takes place, and the data will convert it into the form of bytes, and that bytes are sent to the wire or wireless medium to that receiver. Okay, so this is all about the TCP/IP model and the role of internet. About okay, so the last I want to show you one video for the better understanding of IoT. Okay, so listen and see that video, I think, and enjoy that video.
We are about to wake up to a new world, the world of the Internet of Things. Don't worry, it just means that objects will be able to speak to each other. They'll do our work for us and look after us. Now, isn't that a nice thought? They'll be able to react to our movements. They'll understand when we want some peace and quiet, or when we want to get information and news, or just have a nice breakfast. In fact, the Internet of Things already exists. Many everyday objects are already part of it, some a bit too much. Intelligent objects will improve our interaction with the environment and our work. And as they're intelligent, why not have them do some work on our behalf? So we can concentrate on what we enjoy. Meanwhile, the objects will collect data and take care of us. And that's not all. The Internet of Things will help us save money, do the shopping, avoid lines, all lines. Step by step, the Internet of Things is on its way. We're working on it at this very moment. How about you? Are you ready to wake up to a new world?
So hope you, Linda, enjoyed my session. Okay, and if you're having any kind of doubt, okay, you can put your query into our chat box. I will instantly reply you. Okay, thank you so much.